Welcome into Colts Talk presented by Prize Picks. Billy Beebe back with you. The Colts in the middle of their OTAs right now, their voluntary OTAs. Yesterday's OTA specifically is what we're going to talk about on today's show, as we had plenty of takeaways from that one. Reminder, they started 2 days ago, so we've got two OTAs in as of right now, and then they'll resume on Friday and then back at it on Monday. So kind of like a day off and then back at it, and a little bit of everything right now for the Colts. But we have plenty to talk about specifically from yesterday's practice. And injury news is the dominant topic of the Colts OTAs. Not just because of like the general injury stuff, but the things that go along with it, what we've learned with the injury news that we've gotten from the past few days, specifically when the players have been able to talk to the media. Daniel Jones, essentially yesterday, the big news was he said, absolutely was the quote, "I will be ready for week one." When asked about good to go for week one, we've debated it lightly here on the show. It's like, we're not completely sure he's good to go. We're not completely sure where he's at. He assured us absolutely he is in a place where he will be good to go week one for the Indianapolis Colts against the Baltimore Ravens, which is huge, right? That's a very, very big thing there. Did slow the roll a little bit. Was kind of like, hey, there's still some work to be done here in the rehab and adjustments and training and all that. Look, the guy's serious leg injury, right? Double dose of leg injury with the Achilles tear and the broken fibula. But yesterday, the thumbs up, that's a screenshot from passes, from drills, from footwork, from throwing, like all good stuff from Daniel Jones yesterday at that specific practice, which you love to see, right? I thought we'd see him out there doing a few things, but like to be in multiple periods where it's like he was up, then Anthony Richardson, then Riley Leonard in a drill or something like that was really, really good to see. Yeah, in general, Daniel Jones going out there and looking good and telling people he feels good and he's on track. All good news as far as it goes for QB1 there. We're at the 6-month mark since his Achilles tear. And again, we updated you guys a lot at the 3-month mark. That was like a big report we did there because they said that's where you can kind of gauge how you're healing at that 3-month mark. The example we gave, like Deshaun Watson re-ruptured his Achilles at that 3-month mark. Jones has been good. 3 months later, you see him doing footwork drills. You see him making passes. He is a not full participant, but doing a lot 6 months after that Achilles tear, plus a fractured fibula as well in his leg. So good stuff there for Daniel Jones, who, by the way, had a birthday yesterday. That's right. QB1 is 29 years old at this point in time. We missed the birthday. We were working on other stuff yesterday, but we do want to wish Daniel Jones a happy birthday today. Wish QB1 a happy birthday by hitting that thumbs up button right now. There is no Daniel Jones discussion without an Anthony Richardson discussion, right? Or there is no Colts talk without an Anthony Richardson discussion every day on this show. That's okay. Good news as well for Anthony Richardson, the former top 5 overall pick for Indy at the quarterback position. He was at voluntary workouts. He has remained there. He is at OTAs as of right now, despite both health issues. I think we forget, like, the dude snapped his eye, had an orbital fracture. So he's been recovering from that. Plus, we have the trade request, right? That's been the biggest Anthony Richardson, like, debate and like topic of conversation. And he did get to talk to the media lightly at his high school football jersey retirement, but this was his first time talking to the Colts media in general. And I think a lot of what was said there, very, very interesting, both to who he is and the football situation overall. Now, before we get into that, today's show is presented by Prize Picks here on Colts Talk. We do want to let you know that because Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. It's the best place to win cash while watching sports. I'm a baseball fan, so a lot of my lineups, they feature hits, home runs, or strikeouts. We feature a lot of basketball lineups here on the show because of the playoffs going on and almost over, by the way. If you want to take the opportunity to take advantage, you can go points, rebounds, assists, blocks, or three-pointers. Or how about you package some of those stats together? Yeah, that's right. Example, go more on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We did here in our lineup. Points, rebounds, assists, 44.5. All combined, we went more there. And Victor Wembanyama, as simple as half double-double, which means get the double-double or don't. We went more. We'll think he'll get it. Pair those two together, more or less more if you want to change it up, if you want to do something different. Just an example of how simple the lineups are to put together. And if you like that lineup or any others that we've shown here on the show, you can actually copy lineups with the social feeds feature. Give me a follow at Billy_BB PrizePicksBB or at CSAP for producer Aiden, who's putting a lot of these lineups together that we show you. And PrizePicks now has early payouts. So if your player gets off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Now, right now, we have a new user offer for you guys. Download the PrizePicks app today with the link in the comment section and description. That's right, we make it super easy for you. Then use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HMA, HMA. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. All you got to do is play that $5 lineup, by the way. Win or lose, you just got to play it. You'll get the $50. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. So again, a reminder where we're at in the Anthony Richardson situation here. February, at the Combine, actually. We were at the Combine in Indy when it was announced that the Colts and Richardson had agreed to try and find a trade and agents and teams and all that. Look, we went through a dead period where just the rumors flied and maybe we'll find a team, maybe we won't. Here's his preference. Here's other teams getting involved. Nothing comes about. So May 1st, the next point was the Colts declined his fifth-year option, essentially saying this will be his final year in Indianapolis. And then May 4th, after missing, I believe it was a week or 2 weeks already, he did report for voluntary workouts for the Colts, and then we got the quote at his high school jersey retirement. He's just thankful for the opportunity. I did think that was important to his timeline and where he's at with everything that kind of had gone on before and was going to come up. And then, of course, present for OTAs. Again, that started this week. We'll go into next week, and then looking forward to minicamp after that. Here's what Anthony Richardson said during his media availability yesterday, and I think it's all interesting. Somebody asked, is the situation awkward, blah, 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 with the trade request, Is it awkward? Nah, I don't think so. I signed a contract. I was still on this team regardless before the trade stuff, so I have an obligation for this team to come out here and play and perform and be ready if they need me. Talking about this one's key. I think being humble, humility, all that kind of tied together. Life is humbling. It's just how you think about it, how you go about things. I wouldn't say any of it is humbling because everybody deals with adversity, and just because it's me, that doesn't mean anything different. I'm just trying to focus on being a better version of myself every day. Kind of recapped it all by saying it's a crazy league. A lot of crazy things happen. People get traded. Some people don't. I didn't get traded, so that was that. A lot of talk about Anthony Richardson, the player, right? We've talked about that so much here on the show. Should it be QB2? Do you want to trade him? What's he worth? So on and so forth. I just think this was a good look at Anthony Richardson, the person, right? This quote, where he's at, his timeline, all that. So I'm going to ask you guys, describe Anthony Richardson, the person, in one word down in the comment section below. So the talk here and the thought here for me, essentially, after those quotes especially, the humility, being humble, all that. And it's kind of funny because Richardson said, the experience isn't humbling for him. I actually think that's like a healthy confidence for him where it's like, I didn't hit rock bottom here. It's been a tough situation. I'm getting through it. Like, he didn't make it like this big, I'm going from, rock bottom back up type of deal. He just feels like, hey, I still am who I am. I'm as talented as I think I am. It's just tough situation. I will say, good display of being humble, though, and humility, whether he admits, that's what is happening here or not. It is good. It's good. He came off looking good. I think he just, hasn't been an egotistical guy in general. That doesn't mean you can't look humble at times. And I think that's how Anthony Richardson looked here, just like, hey, I still have the opportunity in front of me, just trying to make the most of it. That's what I'm going to come out and do. Trade didn't happen. Oh, well, it doesn't mean I'm not going to work. Love it, right? It's all a good look. Also noted the orbital fracture in his eye, which we mentioned there. He said feels good. He's been training. Doctors have cleared him on a lot of stuff. And he said he felt like his throws were really, really good during the practice. That's good. Took first-string reps during the team period, so a little offense versus defense. And I know there's some light debate, Riley Leonard or Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson was the first-string reps outside Daniel Jones. Also should be noted at this point in time, has not rescinded the trade offer. That was noted both by Shane Steichen and the media. So this isn't a situation where everybody's made up. It's all good. Let's figure it out. No, it is I'm going to come. I'm going to work. I'm going to make sure I'm a part of this team. But if somebody's interested in a trade, please trade me. So still with that, and that'll go in farther into the offseason, right? Somebody goes down. If you see a quarterback for another team get hurt, Anthony Richardson probably will be a name that immediately pops up that teams are going to be interested in. So that's kind of where we're at with AR at this point in time. Now, Justin Walley getting a fresh start after an early and really tough, because all the quotes and all the sayings for Walley in his training camp last year, people were really excited in the Colts building about this guy, and where he'd be at, set to be the nickel corner now with Kenny Moore being traded. He gave a great update about where he's at as of right now after the ACL situation. Again, like AR just talked about, like mentally, you got to be tough here. You got to work it out. You got to get through the situation. He was challenged, but says he overcame it, feeling better now. He said for about 3 weeks now, he has been cleared. So he's participating. He's involved in things. That's good stuff for Justin Walley, who, again, you're kind of projecting him to be the guy at the nickel corner position. Kenny Moore, obviously released and now moving on, still trying to find a new home there for him. And, and you look at the options here, I'm going to be honest, Wally's the guy. I mean, you look at the other options, Cam Mitchell's like a lifer special teamer, does a little bit at the corner position, but I just think that's more of an experience thing. Wyett Ekeler was a practice squad ad late last year, so he's just trying to, I think, make the team in general. And then Austin Brown's a UDFA for the Colts as well. Plays some safety, has the ability to play nickel or in the slot there. So he'll try both to make the team and to make a wave there. But it's Wally's world. No joke intended here. But so it's good to hear he's healthy, feeling good for a guy that you project to be a starter at that position. However, if you've got a different idea than I do, let me know who starts at nickel corner for the Colts in 2026. Walley type 1, Mitchell type 2, Ekeler type 3, or Austin Brown type 4. All right, the final injury update. And look, this is the news with OTAs. Everything's a little simple here for the Colts to start out. Alec Pierce in the building, baby. You love to see it. Again, if you didn't see our update that we gave a while back, he had his ankle cleaned up. The quote from Chris Ballard was it was bothering him a little bit. So I kind of took that as sometimes I compared to Dwayne Wade used to get his knee cleaned up all the time, and it was never overly serious. He just had to get some minor stuff done. He got a minor surgery done. Gonna need a few months off. He's already had a month, so he's got 2 more, and then should be back around August. And good for training camp, right? Basically with Alec Pierce. Not the biggest deal here. You love the fact that he's in the building, right? Team leadership. Being a leader on this team, hoping for a big season. And again, I don't knock any player for not training with the team. If they train otherwise or they like their time off, I respect that. But look, I give brownie points to the guys that are I'm part of the Colts. The Colts are practicing right now in a way. I'm going to be there. And look, dude just standing to the side in gym clothes. No joke intended there, but he's just sitting there watching, and you kind of like that leadership there from Alec Pierce. We'll finish out today's show with a couple other injury updates. Not necessarily that we got from OTAs, but just for these guys where they stand as of right now, because I know some people are curious about these names. DeForest Buckner dealing with the neck injury. They expect that's a training camp return. So same with Alec Pierce, where it's take your summer, get healthy, do the training you can, and then be ready to go for training camp. Spencer Schrader, who just had gruesome double-dose leg injury there for a kicker. We got an update from the special teams coach talking about he's working on different kicks and what he can and can't do, but he's getting there. They said he's ahead of schedule, feeling good right now. And then Hunter Wooler, who also was injured early last season, same spot as Justin Walley. So that's what we were told. And I would infer it's the same deal where it's he's been cleared for a few weeks now and should be participating in most things for the Colts. So a lot of injury news to digest right now with Indy, but plenty more OTAs coming up in the next few days. We'll keep you updated here on Colts Talk.